I did, yeah, and I played from a very early age, and it's a fantastic sport to be involved in. It was one of the sports that I played at the professional level as well. I still do. I don't do as much as I used to do. I used to do it full time and professionally. I'm still involved at the moment in a couple of different projects in the UK, mainly for young aspiring players, helping them to develop their game and take it to a new level. So I'm still actively involved in coaching soccer, predominantly working with players psychologically and physically as well, helping them to fulfill their potential. What I would like to do and what I would want to do is I'd want to be able to distinguish a goal, something that's going to motivate you to carry on eating carry on eating healthily, and that would be the aim, because I think that if we just said, okay, let's eat healthy, now at some point you're going to think, well, depending on what you're eating, if at times you might not find it interesting depending on what you're eating, how you feel about what you're eating, at some point keeping with the goal may be difficult. What I would say is, in eating healthily, what are we aiming to achieve? What's it going to bring us? And I think that the important thing is to be motivated. There's got to be a motivation in terms of carrying on eating with the plan. And I think if we've got a goal in mind, then we're more likely to stick to the eating plan. I would start with the major goal, what the major goal might be, and then having started with what the major goal would be, then I would work backwards and go for the first target. Say, for example, the goal was to be a size 10 or whatever it is these days, that's the size that everyone aspires to be. I would say, okay, if the aim is to get the size 10, what we will do, let's start from where we are, and let's start with the initial goal. So I would work backwards with the end in mind. Then with the end in mind, I would work incrementally towards achieving that goal. And what I would do, I would ask you, as well as eating healthily, I would also ask you to look into possibly doing things like exercise and activities that can help move you towards your goal, but also get the health benefits of getting into shape, really, because I think the two are important. I think it's important on one hand, when people do have a goal in mind to lose weight, to keep that going. I think it is important to do some sort of activity or exercise, and I think the activity exercise is going to be something that I really enjoy doing. So it doesn't need to be tedious hours in the gym. It could be a walk, a country walk, it could be a dancing class, it could be something that I really enjoy and are going to be inspired and motivated to do as well. Well, what I would do, I would ask you, what are the positive consequences of achieving the goal, and what are the negative consequences of not achieving the goal? Because I think if you've got enough positive consequences of achieving the goal and enough negative consequences of not achieving the goal, you've got a strong enough why, and you've got a strong enough reason to stick to the plan. So I would say to you, in achieving your goal, the result with the end in mind, what are the positives of achieving that goal? And that works on the motivational theory, because people are either motivated away from a negative or towards a positive. For example, some people will give up smoking because they see the health benefits of giving up smoking. For example, if they carry on smoking, they might get lung cancer. So that's away from a negative, and they might think, well, towards a positive, I'll have a healthier lifestyle, I can play football or soccer with the grandkids in the park. The same goes for anything really. So where weight's concerned, some people will think, well, away from the negative, I'm going to stick to healthy eating plan, I'm going to exercise because there's every chance there are different health risks that come with not being in shape. For example, they might think, well, I've got a higher chance of getting diabetes, I've got a higher chance of getting other illnesses and ailments if I don't eat well and I don't exercise. But on the positive side, they might think, well, if I eat well, I'm going to look in great shape, I can take my vacation on the beach this year and look well, I can fit into that dress or that suit. So different people are motivated in different ways, and I would say a list of reasons as to why, the positive consequences of you achieving the goal and the negative consequences of not achieving the goal, then we've got a strong enough motivation to go out and do it. Oh, definitely. I would definitely. I'd be looking at something to keep you motivated. And as long as you've got that list, you'll always revert back to the list. So whenever you feel or you're finding it difficult to stick to the plan, you've always got a list to revert back to keep you motivated, to keep you going, to keep that drive to achieving the goal. And along the way, if we've got milestones, then we know we're achieving it. Because how do we know that we're achieving what we're aiming for? We've got to have little milestones. So for example, if we're looking to lose 50 pounds, then we want to know if we're on track. So the first step might be losing 1 pound, then there might be losing 5 and 10. So we've got little milestones along the way. So what I would do as well is set some goals and targets. So as well as building a motivational strategy, I'd then say, okay, let's set some targets to lose the weight we're aiming for, and little targets along the way that we can set some goals to help you move forward. And what I would do as well, which is important where NLP is concerned, the way we set goals is not just writing it down on paper. I would actually get you to visualize and get a feeling for what it's like to have achieved your goal, because I think that's going to drive you forward. Because there's one thing writing things down on a piece of paper, big deal, you write it down, it doesn't mean too much. What I would ask you to do as well is to actually visualize what it's like and see yourself achieving the end result, what it would be like actually achieving it, seeing yourself living your goal or living the dream, living the aim that you've got. And I think it's quite powerful when you get people to associate to the end result, far more powerful than just writing something down. Thank you.